Alright, hello and welcome to HRL Season 8, the Oval Series, round number 7. Here we are racing on the famous Angell Park Speedway. This is a track that I'm pretty proud of in real life in my state. If you want to look it up, it's a pretty historic dirt track for mostly midget racing, but all types of dirt racing as well. And yeah, if you just want to look it up, there's a lot of history behind the track. A lot of racers that end up going up to big leagues, NASCAR, stuff like that. Maybe even some IndyCar people as well, I think, have raced dirt at this track. And I tried to make it's not perfect. I worked on this track quite a bit before the race. I didn't get to do everything, but if you look up the track in real life, I think you'll see that I did a pretty decent job of halo-ifying it. So it's not 100% like the real life track. I tried to make it like the actual track itself like 85% like the real life track with a little bit of halo in there. And I tried to make the aesthetics of it though pretty close, as close as I could. And then obviously it's a dirt track, there's no pits. Well, there are pits, but it's not like pit boxes and stuff like that. So I had to make up a pit road and work that in there. So overall, there's places where I had to take some liberties. But as you can see, it's not completely done aesthetically. When we race this again later on, I will finish it, because it is a pretty big project. I wanted to make as close to a remake as I possibly could, and it's still a work in progress on the aesthetics portion, although the track is raceable. And I'm glad we did decide to race it early when it wasn't completely finished, because it ended up being pretty good. And then the victory lane, pretty classic. Got to get those shots in there soon, podium and victory lane shots. But anyways, let's get on to the race. So, first place qualifier is going to be Roman with a 13. That's pretty close, by the way. That's pretty close to Angell Park's real life lap times for the bigger cars. The smaller cars run like 14 to 15 second lap times depending on how good the track is that day. But the bigger cars, I think the sprints even run in like the 12s up to the 13s depending on how fast you are. So, anyways, first place qualifying is Roman with 13.411. Second, Camby with a 13.452. Quite a gap there. Third, Vulcan with a 13.458. Fourth, Soul Reaper with 13.491. And fifth, Shift with a 13.51. 13.51. Okay. So there's your top 5 in qualifying. This is going to be a great race. We got 110 laps, and the interval is 30 laps. And get used to that, because that is going to be the same for Barvo. Barvo will also be 110 laps, interval of 30. So here we go. Going to be starting off here, running the first lap ever at Angell Park. This is a track I have a feeling that will be raced time and time again from now on in Halo 5. Green flag. Oh, Hunter! Whoa! Already a flip. That was a cheesy one. Not exactly sure how that happened. And there it is. The first lap. Roman will lead them down. Oh, an elite. Both Barry members with weird lag flips. But both single cars, so we stay green off the start. Yeah, it's Vulcan there, trying to make a move for second on Camby. Where's Fireball? Oh, he changed his colors. Right. So Fireball is racing side by side with, who is that? Soul Reaper right there in the backpack. And then you have Luke and Shift right there. So Fireball has switched back to the white colors instead of the red colors that he's been running. So hopefully that doesn't confuse you much later in the race. Some tires getting knocked. The good thing about this track, the thing we learned from Chile, and we will be switching Chile to the same style in the future, movable tires. Movable objects are not always the best thing on a race surface, but when it comes to tires, I think that is the way to go. So we do have movable tires for this track, and I think that you will see that definitely improves the quality of racing here. Oh, Camby with that crossover on Vulcan for second. That was nice. And you see this track, very similar to other tracks. This one does not have a cushion line, but it's very similar in the sense that there's there's different like combo lines you can run, and in general, I'd say like the high middle to outside is the fast way around. But there's also some combo lines that are pretty fast. But when it comes to racing the track, Vulcan with an early pit. When it comes to racing the track, it's all about those moves, those slide jobs on the inside. That's what's going to win you the race. How well can you pull off those inside moves? Because the inside in general is not that fast, and will get beaten out by the outside. But the inside is very good at sliding into the corner, and you can make some moves with it. So that has to be taken into account. So you're not going to see many drivers by themselves running the inside, but you may see drivers run the inside to try to make moves. There you go. There's one of the combo lines there coming out of Luke to try to get a run on Sector. So just showing off. Oh, and Sector even trying to get the crossover, but not quite able to get it. Side by side there for the... Oh! And that's the nice thing about tires. That could have just destroyed Justin, but instead he just punts a tire out of the way, and they move on. Yeah, the interesting thing is a lot of people criticizing this track in practice. I think that their minds were changed after the race, but I'll let the rest of the race play out. So this top 3 battle could be pretty close here soon. Roman and Camby running really close, and Fireball now catching up. Potentially making a run for it. He seems to be pretty confident in that combo line. Whereas Roman and Camby are... Roman's pretty... running like pretty much just the straight outside, which is surprising. I didn't think it was that fast, but that's what he's running. That's what Camby's running. Fireball instead opting for that combo line. I think it's slowly making gains. He's going to make the move. I thought that might have been a tad early, but it looks like he does get the momentum from Camby. So this battle is now going to get very interesting. There it is. Fireball going to make the move on Camby. Probably going to make the move on Roman as well. So Camby here has the power position. Roman's going to move down. Camby could have an open spot for a crossover if he plays his cards right. You see, he backed out of it. I don't think he was confident with his momentum. Maybe try to do it in the next corner up here. Oh, yeah. Camby's got to go for it. Oh, he's not going to go for it. I'm actually very surprised. Roman will go for the crossover. Connects with it. Trying to hold on to that lead. I'm very surprised that Camby didn't make that move early. Maybe he's just trying to keep it... Oh! Fireball lost a little bit of momentum there. Roman sliding back up into the lead. Your top 5 is Luke 4th and Sector and Jared in a battle for 5th. So that's the top 5 situation. Back to this battle for 2nd, and could be a battle for the lead even. So Fireball is going to make the slide move on Camby, and like I said, that's what this track is all about. How well can you carry momentum and use it to your advantage on the inside? Not necessarily run the inside as a main line, but use it selectively to your advantage. You see again there, Fireball using that combo line. A lot of confidence in it. A lot of confidence in that combo line. There he's going to go for the move. Going to get the momentum on Roman, but can Roman retaliate like he did previously? And I think pits are coming up here soon as well, so we'll have to keep our eyes on that. And I'll go to Roman, because Roman's lap counter, 25. Okay, yeah, we're going to be seeing pits here very soon, so let's... Okay, there we go. People are already pitting. Hunter's already pitting. Because I know Roman's lap counter is correct until about halfway through the race. Then it starts messing up. So a lot of people going for pits. Camby's going to pit. Jared's going to pit. Sector's going to pit. Why does it seem like they shoot their magnums so slow in theater? Fireball's going to pit. Ooh, that could have caused issues with Jared, but gets a little lucky on that one. A few other drivers pitting. Who's that? Elite pitting. Soul Reaper, what the hell was that? Shift pitting. That was a terrible pit. Soul's going to lose a lot. But it is his first time. Pits do take a little bit to get used to if you've never done them before. A lot of these drivers have done pits various times. They've done pits in other leagues. They've done pits in other types of racing. They're used to it at this point. Roman's going to take his pit. Not that many people left to pit. Vulcan going to take another pit. And there might be like 1 or 2 other people that still need a pit. And that's the final. So Luke's going to take his pit as well. And I believe that's it. And Fireball must have had a really good pit. He's going to have a solid lead. Roman and Camby battling hard for second. Sorry for the bad camera work there for a second. I had an itch. In this race, starting off with a pretty clean green flag run. I mean, that seems to be a pattern. We've had a lot of races recently, like get a lot of cautions in the middle of them, and maybe even towards the end. But the start of the races are clean for quite a while, and I think I think part of that is because the drivers are starting to learn that like early in the race, you know, you don't need to be making these dumb moves. Whereas in the other oval races, like in the main series where there's no pits and it's just a 10-minute moto, it kind of makes sense to be very aggressive in the early game because you might not get too many chances later to make up some of those spots. Where in these races are long races, man. This is more so endurance racing, which is interesting because a lot of these HRL drivers are not used to that. They're used to sprints, you know, like 10-minute motos plus 2 laps. That's what they're used to. Instead, we're getting these oval races which last from at least about 22.5 to 25 minutes if it's like a cautionless race, up to 30, 35, 40 minutes, depending on how many cautions there are. So it is more of a endurance racing, and I think a lot of these drivers just aren't used to it. Especially with the fact that we have double headers each week, man. By the time you get to the second race, it's just whoever's thumbs still have energy. You know, in esports it gets mentioned a lot about like running out of gas, and it really is a thing. Like it gets tiring when you're just constantly. I know some people that don't necessarily play games like to make fun of it, but it really does become tiring. Any repetitive motion that you do in the body just gets tiring after a while. And if you're just constantly doing the same motion with your thumb for like practically an hour and a half to 2 hours, you know, with practice and qualifying, all that coupled in, like two hours, maybe 2.5 hours straight. You couple in your early race practice by yourself, like 3 hours of just repetitive left movement on the thumb. Yeah, it's probably going to get a little tiring towards the end. And it even applies to GP/SX racing, any other type of racing as well, where you have left and right hand turns even, because then you have more of a range of motion. It's going to get tiring regardless. It's just not something that gets talked about a lot, but I genuinely think that it's kind of a factor on the second race. First race of the night, not so much. Like, this is early game. Everybody's just getting warmed up. So here we have a podium battle. That was a nice crossover. Here we have a podium battle here between Camby and Luke. Roman and Fireball, as you can see over there, they have stretched their first and second place gaps. The closest battle, I believe, for highest position on track has got to be this one, this third and fourth place battle between Luke and Camby. And after that fire crossover from Camby, I think it's heating up to be a pretty good battle. Camby opting, and you can see that. Ooh, got pretty high in the wall though, but keeping it clean. There's going to be the crossover out of Luke, and this battle is going to be a crossover fest. I could just already tell. And this battle will also show you that it is hard when it's just a straight up, like, look at how clear their track is. Ahead of them and behind them. These guys have got, look at this. They have got all the room on the track that they could ever want with where they're at. They might be the most spread out from anybody else in a sense. Yeah, they are. So this makes for a good battle. Like, they can just go out and battle, do whatever they want, because they know that the race probably isn't going to go all green. They know that there's probably going to be a caution eventually. So why not just fight out this battle? Try to take that third place position. That could be big for a caution restart. But it'll also show you that two drivers fighting on this track side by side with a lot of room, battle can last a long time. It is really hard to complete a pass. Basically, it's going to be whoever can make a clean block pass without being retaliated by a crossover. But so far they've both been pretty on point with the crossovers. So far it's not happening quite yet. That camera with no cameraman getting some nice shots there, I'm sure. And there it is. There's the cross, or there's the slide up from Luke. But is Camby able to make the crossover? I'm not sure if he was able to. I don't think he got the momentum, so that may be it for the battle. And we are on the second round of pits. Let's get a view of the pits. And like I said, I think Vulcan just pit. That could be big. Could be big because, like I said, if there's a caution later, having that third place position would be nice. It would be the inside restarting position, which some tracks I think you want to be on the outside. I'd say most tracks you want to be restarting on the inside, though. This is one of them. It's definitely one of them. So let's see when one of these other drivers pits. I think we're going to see some of the leaders come into the pits here very soon. I think Fireball pits either this lap or like in a couple. It's pretty low. I thought he was going to take it, but he's not going to take it. So there's your leader right there. There is second. I think Roman may have even gained on him. They definitely gained on third and fourth with all that battling. So Camby's going to take his pit. Soul Reaper going to take his pit. And there it is. Fireball going to take his pit. Or sorry, Hunter, actually. He looked white from over here. It was weird. And Sector just stops on the track. Is there a caution out? I think there's a caution out. I'm not sure what that was for, but... Caution out on the track. I must have missed it. I don't know who crashed. I'm guessing it was Sector because he's stopping. I'm not sure. Really focused on the pits, couldn't see part of the track, so it's gonna be an interesting caution because there's some people that stayed out. Like I thought it was Fireball, it wasn't. So like Fireball, Roman, Luke, Shift, I think, right? Vulcan? No, maybe not Vulcan. Sector, potentially. Like all those front runners right there, that like group of 5 people I just mentioned, will probably pit under this caution. So let's see how they come out. There it is. Yep, all 5 of them, all 5 of them, and an extra couple as well. Jared. I think Elite. Let's see, does anybody gain any positions on pit road? Oh, this is intense. Fireball's going to get it, and Luke does get the position on Roman. And Elite, did Elite gain? I think Elite gained a position on Shift as well. Did he get a position on Sector too? Yeah, I think Elite made fat gains on that pit stop. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. He might have gained the most spots out of anybody on pit road. That's pretty impressive. Let's watch that again. I want to see what order they came in, because I honestly don't remember. Oh yeah, look at this. So their Shift came in 4th, Sector in 5th, Elite in 6th. Oh, that was just a really... Yeah, Sector had a terrible pit stop. That was a pretty solid one out of Elite, though. That was really good. He even gets the reload on his Magnum off and still comes out in front of Shift. That's insane. And Shift's pits didn't even look that bad. Like, yeah, Sectors looked terrible, but I don't know, like Elite just had a really nice pit stop right there. And we're going to be restarting this race. So this is going to switch things up. As per usual, a mid-race caution at that pit window, always guaranteed to shake things up. And who's going to be a big benefactor off this? Not Vulcan. I'm kidding. Vulcan, Camby are both going to benefit off this a ton. And some of these guys as well. I mean, Soul, Hunter, they might benefit off it. I mean, a lot of people hit the pits, so you have fast people right behind them, so it might not end up benefiting them that much. But I'd say Vulcan and Camby, they have that little buffer behind them. Like, it's going to help them out a lot. We're about midway through the race, by the way. Hold on, let me get the exact. So we're going to be hitting 58 at the line. Green flag. So yeah, a little over midway. Caution came out at just the right time to make this race interesting. Camby going to lead that first lap down. Pretty good battles throughout the pack so far. I think Soul Reaper already shuffled out of that. Right? That's far. Yeah. So a pretty good two-way battle for first 2. Pretty good two-way battle for third. Pretty good two-way battle for... Oh, God. What? Somebody flipped out of the track? Oh my god. I missed that during the race. Let's watch that again. This is actually pretty famous. If you want to look it up on YouTube, there have been many flips outside of the walls, or over the walls, on Angell Park, and it looks like Halo is holding true to that tradition. First race here, we have somebody flying out of the wall. And there it is. Soul Reaper. Let's look at that again. That was pretty dope. So Jared and Soul Reaper getting into it, and Soul Reaper's just not... You know, he's probably going to be going off to the hospital if this is real life, but, you know, it's Halo racing, so good for him. He can keep racing here. Maybe come back and win. As you can see, that lag spike kind of starts it. And rip. That's awesome. He got a lot of air on that. So this caution's not going to be as interesting as the last one. You may see some people pit. It's not going to be as interesting as the last one, though. But there may be a couple people pitting. I don't know. Let's see. I don't think so. Nope. No one's going to pit. That figures. Alright. And here we go. Coming to the green flag. Still Vulcan and Camby heading to field. Green flag. Oh, but Hunter and Luke may have a big run immediately on Camby. Can they use that to their advantage? Fireball gets a fat run out of the corner. 3 wide. In the middle there. And still 2 wide for the lead. Oh, that 3 wide is intense. That 3 wide is close. Oh my god. Imagine if that was like a finish right there. Wow, they're keeping it going. Clean so far, too. And I think this is like the 3 people that are calling out the laps for the race, too. So this is just not good. Oh, Hunt. Oh, rip. That's going to be a caution. Oh, God. Another crash as well, unrelated. Yeah, Hunter just had enough of that battle. He wanted to try to make something happen. And not going to happen. And they're slowing up at the front here. Race to the line. Oh. Could have got close. Oh my god. A few tires got shoved there. That was definitely worth it. It's alright. We'll get the track crew working on that under caution here. Imagine if we actually had an extra person in the game to clean up the tires instead of them despawning. That would be amazing. It'd be so dumb. Let's see if anybody pits. I don't think so. Maybe 1 person? Yeah. So Elite's going to pit because he was in last. So he decided to pit because why not? I don't know why they pace so slow back to the backstretch. Like, once you go past the finish line, you can just full speed it to the backstretch. Whatever. It's all good. I guess it keeps it, you know, from people slamming it in the back of each other. So here we go with another restart. Vulcan and Camby on the front row yet again. But Luke and Fireball very hungry behind them. Sector still in the top 5. Green flag. That was a terrible restart out of him, though. Let's see. Any big moves? Not quite yet. Ooh, that could be a dive right there. A lot of 2 wides on the track. Roman's kind of stretched himself out. It's a really nice shot of the pack here. Oh, Vulcan got loose right there. Could Camby... Oh, that was close too. Could Camby have... Yeah, Camby's going to have the advantage for the lead now. He's got it. And it could be a 3 wide for second. Luke to the inside, Vulcan the middle, and Fireball the outside. Oh, Fireball's bringing it down low. That's going to give Camby an advantage. I think Cammy's going to gain a little bit more that lap. Oh, Fireball's really forcing the issue. Vulcan's going to end up losing the time off that. Whoa! That was close, too. Now Fireball's going to try to make the run on Camby. Is able to get it. Starting to single out a tad. Except for this lead battle. Oh, fat run right there. So now Luke's going to enter in the arena. And we're going to see a 3-wide battle for the lead. Camby's gonna make his move here. Trying to. He's gonna make it on Fireball. This might work out for Camby. Oh, they split the difference. 3 wide. And now Vulcan may get involved yet again. All this battling, he's catching up. Roman's right there as well. Fireball trying to make them... Oh, there just wasn't room there to pull that off. So now it's going to be a 2-way battle between... Oh! Vulcan's going to spin out of that little lag cheese. Caution's out there. Race back to the line. Ooh! Camby's going to get it at the line. So Camby just a really strong, ever since he got the 2nd place with that pit strategy. That pit strategy could end up being very important for Camby's race. Like, he was running around 3rd, 4th, just having a nice race, but that pit strategy turned it around. It put him on the front row. Now he's in the lead and competing for the lead. So when does this caution happen? I think... Yeah, okay. I could be wrong here. I think this caution actually happened on lap 80. I think. Again, I could be wrong, but I think this caution actually happened on lap 80, which means that this puts our drivers in a very interesting scenario. This puts us in like a Capua situation, where do they want to pit? Like, is it smart to pit here? Because remember, it's a 30-lap interval. Race ends on 110. We are on lap 80. So let's see if any drivers take the pit. Front runners? No. No. Hunter takes it. Hunter's actually the only person to take the pit. And he might not even be risking anything. He might have just took it because he's in last. So yeah, that could have been a big risky pit strategy. It looks like most of the drivers here are thinking there's going to be a green-white checkered or two. What makes it even more interesting that not many people pit there is that means we're going to have a lot of people pitting under green flag here. We're going to have a lot of people pitting under green flag in not too many laps. So this is going to get really congested. Here we go, green flag. This is going to be intense. We're going to have so many people going in the pits. And it's a 3-wide for the lead, and those guys have to pit soon too. This is not going to be good. There's like 3 wides breaking up all over the track. Oh my god, how is this going to work? If I was Fireball, I might have even taken my pit there. I think Soul Reaper in the back took his pit. Just wanted to get away from everybody. I don't blame him. Look at this bad dude. How are they going to pull this off? Some people are going to get screwed here for sure. No one pits that lap. Jared flips, but it's solo. That's unfortunate. There's got to be somebody. Oh, a little collision there. There could be a caution. Camby takes the pit. Shift takes to the pit. Jared must have taken to the pit after he wrecked. Sector to the pit. Hunter to the pit. And we may also have a caution as well. Which means that these guys up here that are battling so hard for the lead might see themselves pitting under caution. Oh, hold on, because I'm just curious. I just want to see something real quick. So yeah, this creates an interesting scenario. So we're going to have a lot of front runners here. Ah, I knew it. Alright. We're going to have a lot of front runners here pitting under caution. So again, let's watch this again. Elite gained a lot of positions on the last pit. Let's see if he can do it again. Well, actually, he's starting up front, so he's in second. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. So here we go. Again, this is these drivers have to pit. They run out of fuel if they don't pit here. So these front runners, we're going to see at least 4 or 5 of these guys hit the pits here. Are they coming? God, this is a slow pace. What the hell? And here they go. First 4 all coming down. I'm surprised there was only 4 people that didn't pull off their pits. Oh, Roman's really slow. He's going to get passed. Yeah, Roman gets passed. Oh, Luke actually gains 2 positions on that pit. On Elite and Roman. That could be big for later. I didn't think Elite had that bad of a pit, but Roman, you could tell. You could tell. And this could screw Roman over. He had a really good start to the race. He had the pole, led a lot of laps, but he hasn't been able to find his way back there. And now on this final cycle, he's going to have to fight his way all the way back from last to the front. The pit strategy potentially screwing over these fast drivers in the back. But Camby, again, look at him in 3rd place right there. Camby, this dude, pit strategy might frickin' win him this race. Green flag. Because yet again, Camby's in a really good spot. He's immediately going for the lead. His pit strategy has just been on point. He's been pitting at the exact right times. Oof. Fireball went for a big move right there. That was and Vulcan pits. I think he ran out of fuel though, so rip Vulcan. And look at this, 3 wide, 4 wide, 3 wide. This is insane. 3 wide, 4 wide, 3 wide for position. All throughout the pack. Oh, Hunter, oh! Jared, no! Oh, that's probably a caution. Imagine if he was pit box 16, he just takes a pit. I don't think he could do that, but I feel like it'd be funny if he did. And I think we're stopping. We should be stopping, right? Yeah. So this caution, I don't think anybody will pit on this one, but we'll see. Alright. So. Here we go. Anybody going to take the pit here? I don't think so, but maybe. Nope. No one's taking their pit. Alright. And that means that we're on like in the 90s. I think we're in like lap 92, something like that, 91, 92, somewhere around there. So yeah, not that much time remaining, and these guys that are fast, they're in like the mid-pack now. They still got quite a bit of ways to go, and look who's in the lead. Camby yet again. This pit strategy is really working out for him. He is just putting himself time and time again in position to win this race. Definitely the winner on the pit strategy front, that's for sure. And green flag. And we're seeing crazy battles just like the last restart. This could be a 3 wide for the lead, maybe. Nope, 3 wides in the back. Double 3 wides in the back, wow. Almost a 4 wide. And we're probably going to see a 4-way battle for the lead here soon. And that's Shift in 3rd, by the way. Shift has actually put himself in a really good spot. I love watching those 3 wides in the back. Like, how are you supposed to take positions there? Now it's double 2 wide. Camby with the freaking nice crossover right there. Gonna hold on to the lead. But Fireball retaliates the crossover zone. Camby will lead that lap. Now Luke's trying to overtake Shift for 3rd. But Shift in the top 5 still. Shift could have his first top 5 all season. He's having a really nice run right now. Starting to settle out a little bit. We had all those 3 wides, all those craziness. It's starting to settle out a little bit. But we're still going to see battles here and there throughout the track. Camby and Fireball having a great lead battle. We'll see that continue. As we saw earlier with Luke and Camby, Camby is a fighter on this track, and he's not easy to complete a pass on, so I would be afraid if he was the person I was battling with up front, because he's not going to give up that spot easy. But now Luke's creeping into the picture as well, so just like we saw before that pit window earlier, where it was these 3 battling, we might see that same battle return yet again. How did that tire... Did anybody else see that? How'd that tire get hit? The heck? Whoa, Fireball's knocking tires here trying to take the lead. He really wants it. That one he hit. I don't know about the other one, though. And that's Fireball will have the lead, but here comes Luke slipping on Camby. And can he slip on Fireball as well? Yes, just barely able to connect it. Fireball's taking it way down low, but keeps it clean. That was close. In the interest of having a good battle here, keeps it clean. Camby might be the one with the advantage now in third. He might be able to take this lead back. Fireball at the crossover. What's Camby going to do? He's going to hold the outside. Luke's trying to protect the inside right now on Fireball. But then he has to go. This is just like we saw earlier, the 3 wide. It is so hard to protect the lead from 2 people, let alone from 1 person. This is a tough position for any of these 3 guys to complete this pass. And as you can see, it is a tough position. They're all just continuously battling for it, with no end in sight. Except for the end of the race, but, you know, we still got a few more laps. All right, we're good, we're good. Fireball. Could we see a Camby crossover? A little bit late on that one. That wasn't as clean as his other ones, but he does get the run that he needed. I think Luke might fall off a little bit on that one. Gonna have to definitely run a few clean laps here to get back in this 3-way battle. But Fireball and Camby's crossover battles will continue. And we have Roman and Hunter creeping into the picture as well with all this hot battling going up front. Oh, but we have a caution. Caution on the track, and I think this caution comes out. I think we're going to be... Let me see if I recall this correctly. I think this caution comes out either on 108 or we go back to green at 108. Regardless, it's going to be a 2 laps to go at the line. So regardless of whichever lap we're on, it's going to be 2 laps to go at the line. All of these guys will be good on fuel for it, except for Vulcan Rip. But if there's another green-white checkered, then the fuel will be called into question. So who's going to take this? Camby and Fireball. That crossover battle's up front. Been really intense all race. Who will end up winning the final battle? Green flag. Nice restart. And Roman's back in the picture as well. Don't want to undercut that. Oh, Lead Hunter with a potential big move. Oh, into the tires. Oh! Hunter and Vulcan get collected, and that's going to be that's definitely before the white flag, so we will have a green-white checkered here. And this will be a legitimate overtime green-white checkered. So now I think the race ends on 114. The race will end on lap 114. And a lot of these drivers pit on 84, 85, or above. So almost everybody in the pack, I think the only person that's not going to make it, and he's not aware of it, I don't think he pits, is Soul Reaper. So the only person that's going to run out of fuel off this is Soul Reaper. Everybody else, well, Vulcan's already ran out of fuel. So Soul Reaper and Vulcan are screwed. Everybody else is good to go. And they may not know it, but I think all these drivers risk it just in case. Because they don't want, you know, if they don't risk it and they could have risked it, then that could screw them over pretty hard. But here we go, another green-white checker to end off this great race. It's been a solid race so far. Gonna come to an exciting end. And green flag. Will any of the Hunter already with issues? Will any of those drivers in the back be able to make a move? I don't think so. Camby and Fireball hooked up so well that they have gotten a huge gap. I think it's going to be between those two for sure. White flag. Fireball had him that time, but Camby has the advantageous line. Fireball's got the line down the backstretch, but can Camby get him in the final corner? Here we go. Camby and Fireball yet again. Just like Capua, Camby sliding up, and he takes it at the line. Camby with the second win of the season. Gonna be the first repeat winner here of this season. And I don't think there were any other photo finishes, by the way. We could take another look, but I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Let's see. So it's going to be Camby first, Fireball second, Luke third, Jared fourth, fifth Elite, sixth Vulcan. Well, Vulcan runs out of fuel, so sixth Roman, seventh Sector, eighth Shift, 9th, Hunter, and then it'll be, I think, Vulcan, then Soul Reaper, 10th, 11th. So that is the conclusion of the Angell Park Speedway race. A great race. Camby fought so hard at the front and played the pit strategy really well, and it ends up paying off for him. He ends up taking the victory. It was close at times. There were a few contenders that tried to take it from him, but in the end, he ends up getting the W. Let's move on to Indianapolis.